I'm here with Brett of Steaksauce Mustache to talk about all juice, no noise. Sounds like my sex life. How's it going?
It's going fantastic. Just on the road with the band right now. We're in the middle of a tour, and we're on our way to Chicago. We're playing a sold-out show in Chicago tonight. Should be pretty radical.
So before we talk about the record that comes out on May 13th, let's talk a little bit about the tour. How's things going so far? I know you guys reaching perhaps the tail end of the tour, but how has the experience been so far?
It's been wilder than we could have expected. Half the shows have been sold out, and it's a whole lot of new fan base for us. Since we're the supporting group, we're on tour with Oakley Dokley right now. And they're such cool dudes, and they are putting on a great show, and they have such an awesome fan base. And we've had our fan base come out to the shows as well. And it's been rowdy. Every show has just been extremely crazy.
How much of the new record are you guys offering to the fan base, to the new and the old fan base on this tour?
We're playing 5 songs off the new album, 3 songs off the old album.
I think I lost you a little bit there.
Oh yeah. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. So we have we're playing 5 songs off the new album, 3 songs off the old one, and then a couple other extra surprise songs in the mix.
So there's a little bit of everything for everybody.
Yep. Absolutely.
All right. Sounds like it's been a blast. Anything stands out in your mind as far as this tour is concerned, outside obviously of the sold out shows? That's always a great thing whenever you're on the road.
I mean, I wouldn't say that anything particularly stands out. A few of the cities have just been incredibly crazy shows. Nashville and South Carolina, Brooklyn. It's just some rowdy shows. Columbus, Ohio. Just really over the top crazy. We enjoy it.
I think you guys bring the craziness to the yard. Your milkshake is definitely better than mine.
We do our best.
That's good to know. Looking at this record, all juice, no noise, what do you feel fans can easily expect from this album, knowing your previous discography?
I think that this album is really going to show like who Steaksauce is and what us as a band can achieve when we all work together the most. We spent the most time writing and recording this album versus anything else we've ever done, and we've actually worked together and the most in collaboration on this album. It's a whole new sound for us. It's the same crazy zany sound, but there's a lot of other influences that have incorporated into this album. So I think you're going to find that it flows. It's kind of all over the place. And it's a lot of songs going to get stuck in people's heads.
You said there are definitely some changes. Are those changes just musically, or there was also some changes as far as the creative process is concerned for the band?
They're both. I would say both. As far as the music goes, it was the first time as a band that we actually tried to write songs. Well, it's the first time that I've actually ever tried to write a chorus to a song. So we have a few songs where there's some catchy parts in the songs. And then we spent a lot more time on recording this process, or in the recording process also. Months just writing parts to songs for each instrument. So it wasn't just like, hey, here's the riffs, learn it. It was like, here's the riffs, write your part, rewrite it until we really feel like it really felt what we were trying to do.
How much making this album or any album for you guys is about having fun, and how much of it is about taking the process seriously so that the result can be fun, but the work that goes into it is something that you take very, very seriously, that you actually want to make sure it meets all the different criteria that you set forward for it?
It's all fun. That's what we try to do. I mean, as a band, if we're not having a good time, then why even do it? I know that we are, as a band, you're somewhat of like a business product also, but, we take our parts seriously, but we're just trying to have a good time. And when I'm trying to write like my parts, my guitar parts, I focus on like, okay, what am I going to have a good time playing? What's going to sound good? What are people going to like? But what is also going to be like absolutely bonkers? And I really try to challenge myself a lot too. I write stuff that I can't even play, and then I learn it to record it.
Sounds like a very chaotic process.
It's kind of crazy.
When I first heard of you guys and listened to your music, it was described to me as chaotic mathcore. But when I listen to it, it sounds like more partycore. Is it more partycore than chaotic?
Yeah, I mean, there's some parts that are pretty crazy, and I mean, I'm a mathcore guy, you know, down to the roots. I mean, Dillinger Escape Plan was like one of my biggest influences growing up and playing guitar. So I'm all about mathcore and just writing crazy zany parts, but you know, also tried to incorporate kind of that Andrew WK and Beach Boys feel to a lot of parts as well. So you're gonna notice that there's like a lot of party vibes to it, and a lot of like, I think of like a lot of people on the beach just like having a good time, like partying and dancing, and then like, you know, it's also crazy as well. Like that's the kind of the vibe I try to go for when I write music.
So is this album more chaos or more party?
Definitely more party.
That's good. I have the same feel. That's why I'm asking, because it felt to me like the kind of record, like if you're at a frat house, this is the album you want to play.
Hell yeah, that's all we're trying to do. We're just trying to sell only to frats and fraternities and sororities.
Hey, you know what? They got money.
Exactly. We're trying to get their parents' money.
I was just thinking about that. They may not have money, but they have trust funds. It's the same thing.
Yep. That's all we want. We want all their trust funds so that we can just buy more hot tubs for ourselves.
When it comes to the guitar parts on the record, do you beforehand set goals for yourself in terms of what you want to achieve, or is the process for you personally a little bit more organic?
I would say it's more organic. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll write the structure of a song and like write my basic guitar parts, and then I listen to my songs, like we'll do a pre-pro track of it, and then I'll listen to it probably like 40 or 50 times. Just when I'm driving in the car, I'll listen to it again, I'll listen to something else, then later in the day I'll listen to it again, and I go, you know what, I really don't like that part. And so that's when I start changing what I'm writing on guitar. You know, I use the same basic structure, but then I keep adding in things or taking away things, or changing what the key is of it or whatever. Even just changing one note of like a scale pattern or something, because I'm like, I don't like that one note or that one chord. So just change that. So until I finally decide, okay, this is what I'm going to settle on. And then we lay that down.
That's the mathcore inside of you.
That is totally. It's the.
I can see. It's like you get into the weeds.
Yep, exactly. I'm like, oh, there's something about this riff that is just it's not there yet for me. So then I'll just, you know, continue to do it again. But I also try to play stuff that is like if I play something and I go, you know what, this is like too simple, too easy for me to play, then I'm like, how can I make this extremely hard to play when I'm playing live, so that I'm frustrated all the time when I play it. Some of our riffs should be pretty easy. It should be just power chords, but I'm like, let's throw some tritones in there and make this like chord changes really fast.
Yeah, just to make life miserable for yourself in this case.
Exactly.
But at least it makes everybody else happy. So, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, people seem to enjoy the new music that we've been putting out. And,
yeah.
You know, that's all I can ask for. I mean, I try to write music myself for music that I would like, and if somebody else likes it, then that's just means that it's a win.
And the videos are fun as well. They go with the music really well, so I like that. It has a little bit of an Adult Swim feel to it. I think it's the perfect package you got going on.
Heck yeah. Well, I'm fortunate enough that I work with some pretty creative people in the band that have a lot of good skills. So when it comes to writing these music videos and whatever we're going to put out, you know, I can't take the credit for it. These guys, they really put a lot of work in.
Well, if they were, I know they're listening, but if they weren't, you could take all the credit.
They can't hear me because I'm on the head.
Oh yeah, that's true. So definitely you can take all the credit. So you can take all the credit you want. When you look back at the finished product of this record, what element or what thing jumps out at you that you're the most proud of? Is it the whole product itself? Did you catch that?
I didn't catch the end of that. I heard what thing am I most proud of, and then
when it comes to the new album, is there something that jumps out at you, or is it the whole album that you're proud of?
Well, I'm definitely proud of the whole thing, but I guess I want to say that the thing that I'm most proud of in this album is just some of these like choruses that we have in there. They're like they're I don't know, they're really strong. And it was something that I've always stayed away from, and that we've always stayed away from, and that we've never really quite understood how to write. So we've really been putting a lot of effort into just writing more digestible music for people that are maybe not attracted to the mathcore sound, but they like the element of the band when they play live, but they're kind of like, you guys are so much fun, but I don't really know that I can like relate to the music much. So we wanted to write something that a lot more people could really kind of access.
I agree with, I agree 100% with you. I'm not a huge mathcore fan, but when I listen to you guys, I felt like this album specifically, it had a lot more of a digestible tone to it. It was a lot easier for me, not being necessarily a hardcore mathcore guy, to really enjoy and have fun and listen to it and come back to it and, again and again and again. So I think you definitely meet that goal with this record for sure.
Thank you. Yeah, I think when it comes to any kind of metal or hardcore or mathcore or anything like that, I think for a lot of people, they're just unfamiliar with it. So they're so used to like the 4/4, very basic, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus kind of structures, that when they hear something that's different and they haven't been subjected to it enough, they just don't understand it. So, oh, it's just a bunch of screaming, or oh, it's just a bunch of noise. I don't think it's really it's a bunch of noise is what they're thinking. To them, they just don't understand what's going on. It's like being, you know how to do basic addition and subtraction, but when you're subjected to like some mathematical equations, I don't know, I'm not a math guy, but you're subjected to different kinds of like algebra or geometry or whatever, you just don't understand what it is. And so to you, it looks like a bunch of just jumbled up numbers and everything. So if we can try to bridge those gaps, bring people in to hear music that's like, oh, okay, I can understand this, but like this part right here is these really odd time signatures. We play in some pretty crazy stuff. Like I think we have one riff that's like 33/16 or something like that. We play a lot of sevens, but you're subjected to that. Also, it can kind of change the way that people think, so that they can easily digest mathcore in general as it is.
I think when it comes to a sound like yours, like from your band, like other bands, I think you always need, there's one record that you need to be like the gateway that opens the door, that allows people to feel comfortable, get in. And then from that album, it becomes a lot easier to bridge to the more different side, for lack of a better word, of what the band has done in the past. And this album might be it for you guys.
Yeah, we're just slowly transitioning into a butt rock band.
Is that the goal?
Yeah. One day we just want to play, giant venues.
I thought you were going to say one day you want to be like Steel Panther, but okay, like close enough, I guess.
Exactly. There we go. That describes it better.
You want to be the Steel Panther of mathcore. How does
exactly.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
I have one more question for you, and that is, who do I thank for the outstanding lyrical content on this album?
That would be Taylor Bates. He writes all the lyrics and all the vocal parts. So he spent roughly, I want to say, about 9 months writing and recording all the vocals, and he recorded all the vocal parts himself. There's a lot of tracks on there. I mean, there's some sections where it's layered 8 different vocal tracks, and you can hear it if you really pay attention. But it takes you listening to the songs a few times to start hearing that stuff. But that would be Taylor Bates, our singer.
Well, say thank you to him for me on my behalf. I think the lyrical content on the album is outstanding.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely. I will.
All right, Brad, all the best to you and the guys for the rest of the tour. Have success with the few dates that you have left, and I wish you all the success when the album comes out on May 13th. Once again, all juice, no noise. A description once again of my sex life.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much.
Take care, bro. All the best.
All right.